Hi everyone, this is Norman Kosnick. I know that on time today with the third instalment of the matches between Sri Lanka and Australia in what is now Kandy. It was the previous two matches were Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. This match is actually on at the ground in Kandy, Palakela, as we should all know it as. Quite an impressive ground indeed. I've played on that ground. I've also played
a new platform, Instagram Live.
There we go. I've also played at well, I've actually played at Premadasa, I must say. I played in Colombo before. Mr. Taxman, I don't know what he's doing there. Rid of a pie attack there. Yeah, we certainly have an ongoing match as we speak. We know that England have been particularly beaten up by and New Zealand side that are now 5 for 411 after 111 overs. And it looks like one ball on it, as it must be a second test date. My son was here earlier. He's not here now because he's gone out clubbing. He's in his 20s and he can go clubbing. I'll be on clubbing. Darren Mitchell's not at 127. Michael Bracewell's not at 5. The score is 5 for 411. We're chugging along very nicely, New Zealand, looking for a handsome first innings lead. Well, depending on, of course, how many runs England get. But the match we're going to be turning our attention to is Australia versus Sri Lanka. And Australia versus Sri Lanka is in its third game of a T20 series. In fact, they've already won the series, Australia 2-0 at this point. All Sri Lanka can do is perhaps give themselves some pride by not losing the third match. But realistically, we're really in a situation here where New Zealand is making it, not New Zealand, sorry, Australia is making the numbers, wanting to give. Niha Boldota, how are you? I'm good. What name I haven't seen before? Niha Boldota, that's an interesting name. Are you a subscriber? I'm guessing you are. Australia's shocking match starts in a little under an hour. The preview shows that Australia are targeting a 3-0 sweep. Sri Lanka batting revival, which is the least they can hope for. How are you? Going very well, Niha Baldota. The home side needs one of the top order to convert a start into a substantial score. That's the home side. The big picture here, of course, is the tour has moved to the hill country of Kandy, for the up country, as they call it, for the final T20 international and opening games of the ODI series. So we've got transition from T20 to ODI, and that's going to happen now. So Australia wrapped up their first trophy of the trip in barely 24 hours, it seemed, with back-to-back wins in Colombo, winning the series at least 2-0, possibly 3-0, depending on today's game. Although the second one came in an untidy chase, it was a reminder of the previous collapses against Ben on the subcontinents, but they got through it. But their bowling, led by Josh Hazlewood, has been very impressive, and Joe Richardson returned seamlessly, covered the absence of Mitchell Starc, who will continue silent by his badly cut finger, hopefully not to the Test series, but may well be through the ODI series. Australia have to find a way to put more runs on the board to give the attack a reasonable total to bowl at. As they showed in the second match and on the tour of Australia earlier this year, they can cause plenty of uneasy moments for Australia, but it's rare that the totals of 103 will be enough, even when Indu Hasaranga can spin a web. They need more than that. So Sri Lanka have lost the last 5 or 6 matches. Australia have won all but one of their matches. Thoughts on Smith's position in the team with players like Ingles sitting in the sheds? He can't be very far from being selected. Smith is probably going to be pushing his luck a little bit. Dasun Shanaka, who's the captain, had appeared to make significant strides in the middle of the batting role during the series against India in February, where although Sri Lanka lost, he made 47 of 90 balls and played well. The last time Australia played a T20 international about Palakela, Glad Maxwell hit the small matter of 145 of 65 balls. Unlike Azanjika Herod, he scored 161 off 66. The only two occasions he has opened in T20 came on that tour. And then he followed the century with a 66 in Colombo. So maybe that's the suggestion to allow Maxwell to open. So Mrs. Noyes, big fan of Aussie cricket and follow your updates a lot. Love from Bangladesh. Thank you. Appreciate that. Two relatively newcomers. It's good to see. The only two occasions. So team news. The home side has been unchanged so far and may give the batting lineup one more chance. But if they wanted to freshen things up, the uncapped Nuanindu Fernando would be an option. Chimika Karunaratne was used with the ball on Wednesday, so they may also consider the balance of the attack. Kasum Rajita, left hip, and Mathisha Pitharana, right elbow, have both been ruled out with injury, but are unlikely to play. Asita Fernando and Pramod Mudushan have been called in as a cover. The possible Sri Lankan lineup is Pathum Nisamka, Danushka Gunatilaka, Charit Asalanka, who's a 3, we know him, Kusal Mendes, who's a wicketkeeper, could easily have Russian Dickwiller in there, Banuka Rajapaksa, who's been playing well in the IPL, but not here yet, Dasun Sanaka, who can play, captain, and Wanindu Hazaranga, his spin capability quite significantly. Shamika Karunaratne, just Mantha Chamira, their fast bowling opening bowler. Mahesh Thekshana is also their new one, Tushara. So Australia could easily go with an unchanged team as Stark needs to be solid with injury. So both Richardson would probably bowl. So Finch and Warner, Marsh, Maxwell, Smith, Stoinis, Wade, Agar, Jai, and Kane Richardson, and Josh Hazelwood as the number 11, and a bowler of some note these days, having never really been looked at as an IPL bowler. Interesting. So that's a bit of a pitch conditions. This is the first T20 international played in Palakela since before the pandemic, but history would suggest a chance of a reasonably high scoring affair with the ground amongst the fastest scoring in the world being noted, but that hasn't been used, but we'll wait and see. Stats and trivia. Charit Asalanka needs 5 runs for 500 runs in T20 internationals. Just Mantha Chamira needs 2 wickets to reach 50. Well done. Hazelwood's 12 wickets at 10.25 against Sri Lanka makes him his most successful opponent in T20 international, and he concedes just 5.12 per over. So a little bit of a milestone there for those people. We'll wait and see whether any of that has an effect. Yeah, again, as I said, this is a situation where it is 2-0 up. So it's a long way from a Sri Lankan victory. And out a whitewash could happen. Don't like the term whitewash, but anyway, we'll wait and see. My happy birthday tally is 180, which is cute. Colder on there. Traveling Tasmania. Yeah, so England. Can they recover from this rather disastrous situation they got themselves in? With England now currently, Sri Lanka's game is 51 minutes away. Let's look at the match that's currently ongoing. We've got the photos there. Picture of Maxwell's. And that's lunch, is it? I thought that was past lunch. And the lunch is just about over there, actually. And Darren Mitchell's 128 not out. Michael Bracewell's not out 5. Leach got the 1 wicket of the morning. Of Blundell, he got in court. Stokes bowled Leach for 106. Still got Jamieson, Southey, Henry, and Bolt to bat. That's a long way from Tipperary. Now, with the time being 10:40, this match starts at 11:30. Interesting to see what happens. Norman Smith failed again. Questions will be asked. Yes, definitely. Tomasha has jumped from the other session to this session. It will be. Tomasha, good to see. Good to see that I'm on. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Darryl Mitchell. Very happy with myself at the moment. 128 not out. Blundell 106 not out. Sorry, out. Smith Noise. Good to see. We'll wait to see what happens. This match we'll have to broadcast as. Can I get two? I know I get two. What's the credit? Is there any? So, Sri Lanka v Australia. Third ODI. Done third ODI 3-2-20. I. Pel. Kill. And Candy. And banner. There we are. I want a banner. I would like a scrolling banner. Do that kind of. Lead by not more than 267. Actually, that's the total there, isn't it? It's actually no more than that. It's actually edit with 5. For 415, was it? Let's have a look here. It's actually picked up as 5 for 413. With Mitchell bundle. One century. There we have it. 9 for 417 on that. I can't even keep up with it. There we have it. 5 for 417. Pretty impressive comments. Norman, are you a businessman? Yes, you could say I am. English is not playing today here much really. Am I a businessman? Kind of, yeah, I have business. I have business activities. So Palakella. How do they spell it? I'm giving it 1L. I gave it 2. Can I put that as a... Oh, there we go. Pelakilla spot with 1L. There we have it. Pelakilla. And that's still some 15 minutes away from the toss. Go back to the one that is counting along. Brace will certainly hit a couple of fours there. He's moved on to 421. Not mucking around with a score here, are they? Five for 421. That's just a sensational score, really. From England, you can't knock that score. Let's have a little look at the match itself live. Comments here. Hi, how is the weather in Sydney? It's freezing cold. What time is it in Australia? It's 10:46 p.m. Sri Lanka is not a bad team, nor they are not scoring runs in batting. To score anything, it'll take it will be difficult. Yes, it will be. Said Victor Kara, I agree. I mean, why Australia wasting? Yeah, he should have. We'll wait and see. They may have to transition to those players more sooner than they would like.
Chat about Adil, because if Moen comes back, you can bet your bottom dollar that.
So there we have it. This was 129 not out. Brace was 13 not out. 5 for 4-2-1 on that game. We're waiting for the Sri Lanka versus Australia match, the third T20I international. Pelakilla, Keller and Canny. That's some 43 minutes away. Mitchell's having a ball. He's just cutting and square driving all over the place. And he's just had another fall. He's on the 133 now. The score's 425. They're just rampaging along, aren't they? .425. It's just a brilliant effort here. And this is 133 to Blundell. He's loving it out there. That ball was very short, though. Bracewell's also gone into double figures. It's all happening here. Sri Lanka versus Australia, third T20 international. How much interest have we got for that in Pelakilla and Candy? I don't think there's much interest, to be honest. I guess Australia's not taking Ben McKernan because he was unsold. Well, potentially, but he hasn't yet really cemented his place. Another 6. Mitchell's on 139 and he's just tearing him apart in the true sense of the word. The ball's gone over the fence there. Let's have a look at the shot. He's given that something. He's given that plenty of air. Beautifully played. 5 for 431. Nothing wrong with that scoreline at all. Trent seems to be very flat to bat, and I think New Zealand should declare now. No, I think they let him get over 500. That was just smashing Jack Leach. He certainly is. He certainly is. All 34. It's just a relentless amount of runs going on here now. 500 will be a good total. And why not go to 500? Why not push the button, Barrow to 5-4? When we meet again, Paul, do you follow me from one channel to another? New Zealand will go for 500, or they're going to cruise 500 the way they're going. Maybe with these two batters. Bracewell's gone third. I haven't seen. He's starting to belt as well. He looks like a pretty aggressive looking player. Looks a damn good player. He's not mucking around as well. That was a damn good shot. This guy, first test match, he's on 17 in a hell of a hurry. coming in a great time to bat too. He must be very happy about the situation. He's just dancing the wicket, and his Leach looks pretty ordinary, to be honest. I never thought Leach was going to be good anyway. To be honest with you, a bit bewildered by why he's in the side. But anyway, that's England's selection panel. They want him in there. They can't lose now. Well, you wouldn't think so. But they need to really ram it home now. They really need to ram it home. 5 for 438. Mitchell and Bundle both getting centuries. Bracewell already on 17. No batsman's failed, or no one's got less than double figures at least. 26 lowest score now, except for Bracewell 17, who's just started. Could easily go past all of them very, very quickly. He's only got a bit 47, 30 more runs, and he's gone to the third top score, which will be very impressive on your debut. With Stokes coming to bowl. Ball went well. Okay, we've got another 9 minutes before the toss happens between Sri Lanka versus Australia and the third T20I international, that is, in Pallacella and Candy. But played on the ground. I told you, I played on Pallacella before there were any stands. It was just grass and hills. Satvik Bagari says England luck was very good in the last because of the grand host no ball. Otherwise, we would have lost that match too. Yeah, well, they may well have, but they didn't. They won it. But New Zealand's now in the position to drag that back to 1-1. Daryl Mitchell, 142 not out. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Well past lunch on the second day. If they can keep going, that is, all the way up until after tea, they'll be over 500. All the bowlers are bowled a truckload of overs. And Stokes coming in now to Mitchell again. He's enjoying himself no end. He's 143 now. Staring in the barrel of 150. Really, 5 for 439 is a good enough score to start with. I'm sure they would have gone out there to play today. They would have been happy with 439 as a total. Obama Babu's here. Kane Williamson has missed. Yes, hang on. What you think, can Boovy make a spot in the Indian team in the World Cup? I don't think so. What about the Langos that couldn't understand why he was sacked after he won? Well, no, I can understand. He was just basically, he didn't win the World Cup, nor did he win the Ashes. He was put back, and Andrew McDonald took charge. So realistically, Andrew McDonald was in charge already. So don't think that don't think that Langer was ousted while he was sacked. He was sacked because he was too aggressive in the captaincy, coaching, I should say, and he wasn't well liked by the players, and he didn't get the confidence to dress room. Haven't got the confidence to dress room, you're not going to win the games, eh? You're not going to help teams, at least. That's why. 5 for 439. Bracewell, very happy with coming in. Langer was shafted pretty much. Well, no, Paul, he wasn't shafted. He basically didn't. He wasn't liked in the dressing room, and he wasn't there. And Andrew McDonald was already coaching from the assistant coaching role for both the World Cup and the Test series. And what's his name? Langer had to take a step back. Many people, including me, used to say that without Kane Williamson, New Zealand is nothing. But they are proving that without Williamson, New Zealand can play well, and that's exactly right. Well put, Satvik Bakari. Very, 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 very well said. It's exactly right. It's more than they're more than willing and showing off how they can play without him. They're 5 for 14. They haven't got Ross Taylor. They haven't got Brendan McCullum. They haven't got Kane Williamson. It says a lot. Got the Grandhomes out as well. We've got some experienced bowlers, thankfully for them. 27 runs off 3 overs. That's certainly a run rate of 9 per hour. It looks like New Zealand are certainly looking at getting the groove on. against Leach, who's bowling. He's got 110. Not bowling that well. Took a wicket maybe, but I don't give much credit to him. Why isn't Wagner playing? Well, Paul, Matt Henry had to make the side. That meant that Jamieson and Bolton, South is already enough. But I think Wagner should have played too. I agree. He may in this particular innings could easily not have Bracewell and had perhaps Wagner on the side because they're better well without needing that other batsman. They may regret this. Wagner can certainly get a lot of wickets. He has this knack of getting wickets, doesn't he? Look here. Mitchell's just gone for it again. This time he looks like he's hit that so far over the boundary. Who won the toss? England did. And threw New Zealand in the bat. Oh, who won the toss in the... no, we don't know on that Sri Lanka match. Not yet ready. Now Mitchell smashing Jack Leach in another 6 years too. No, the actual T20 international between Australia and Sri Lanka has not tossed yet. Mitchell having an absolute field day. He's on 149. The total's on 445. 5. Got very little there's. In fact, Mitchell's 150. Yes, Mitchell is 150. Brilliant effort. Really good stamp of approval there after getting 100 in the previous test. But he said, "Well, I will do better than that. I'll get 150." 415 for 446. Absolute crushing. Fantastic. That's what Bracewell can do. The toss is only 2-3 minutes away. Darryl Mitchell, 150 not out. He can't get better than that. Happy. Hope Mitchell gets 200. Well, he's on his way. I think after 2023 World Cup, so many changes that made Australia, so I think so might be before then. Obama Kane definitely made New Zealand an overachievement. So we all talk about Australia versus England and India. Well, New Zealand almost makes the final every time. Yeah, and they are the World Test Championship holders. No slouch being the World Test Championship holders, is it? Mitchell's with ease. The singles everywhere. Singles absolutely everywhere. Tosses only a minute away. Scores 447. Well, this is very impressive. Very easy to watch too. The man on 151 not out, Bracewell. Someone said, I want today Australia to take English. Well, he must. I don't know whether it's going to happen. We'll see. I don't think so, though. We'll have a look in a minute. It's only a minute away from the toss. 1 minute away from the toss, guys. New Zealand is 5 for 447. Mitchell's century was 150 now. And, of course, Blundell got a century. Let's see Tufton on the box there with Mo and Ali. Bracewell also looks pretty impressive so far. So I can get some people on the show. Shall I? So Australia have won the toss. and a batting. Australia won the toss and a batting. The Australian side, if I can tell you what the Australian side is, and you've got your wish. Josh Inglis is actually in the side. Himanshu, you got your wish. Aaron Finch is in the side with Warner. On Alice, yeah, is Aaron Finch, Warner are opening. Josh Inglis is number 3. Maxwell 4. Steve Smith 5. So number 3 was Mitch Marsh. He's been rested by the things. Glenn Maxwell, Steve Smith, Stoinis, Wade, Agar, Richardson, Kane. So in fact, Inglis is in for Josh Inglis is in for Mitch Marsh. There you go. Quite impressive. I'm pretty happy with that. Well, at least for your record. There we have it. Sri Lanka have got Guna to the colour. Aswanka, they've got pretty much the same side. Looks like they've gone with pretty much the same team. So Australia won the toss and the batted. There we have it. Here's the news for you guys. Australia won the toss and the batting. And Josh Inglis has got a Guernsey. It's pretty impressive, huh? Stark will be back probably for the Test series. I don't know whether he'll be back for the. So Australia won the toss and are batting, which means that the first one they batted in the series. They're not batted. And as I said, Josh Inglis is in. There we are. English in for Mars is correct. Smith is the only one who can save Aussie if 2 wickets down low pole. He's a pure clutch player. Good to see you're confident about that. So Himanshu Rahela got his way. So Inglis in for Marsh. There we have it. Quite impressive indeed, actually, isn't it? So what does that mean for Josh Inglis? Is he now going to be in the favoured? Is he in the favoured booth? Let's just wait and see. Let's just have a quick little gander at what else is going on here. So, in fact, Mitchell Marsh has a minor calf strain. That's the reason why he's out. He has a minor calf strain. Let's get that right. I should put that community announcement. Edit. There we have it. All right. That's the news we're getting from Cole Hitchcock from the media desk, let's call it. Donna, I would argue that yes, is English is playing. Yes, English is playing. English in for Marsh. Why do they always play stuff around? But he has a calf strain. That's why he's in there. There we have it. Oh, this is... Very impressive. Let's see what happens now with, I believe, English ability. He played really well at Hazard last week. Yeah, well, he's in there now. Some very interesting things going on all over the place now. Let's just get to see this. It's just one thing after the other. It's just happening relentlessly here. Getting Commonwealth Bank messages. I'm getting all sorts. My TikTok account's going crazy. Got Monty Panasar there on TikTok. I don't know what he's doing. Endless amount. Who's this? Tina Kerr. Looks quite nice. Okay. Let's just try and pull up the cricket, shall we, and see what the score is. Oh, you want English to open? English is going to back number 3, looks things. Bracewell's on 22 now. Score 5 for 453. I'll update that score in a minute. Now Tim Dave should be given the opportunity. He is a sumptuous talent. Yes, he is Ahmed Raza. But he's not playing Pakistan, no. Could be just a tonic for them too. So 453. What a total. What a total this is from New Zealand. Mitchell 152 tonight. Bracewell now 22. 453. It's amazing total. Really, really quite sensational. And Bracewell seems to be handling his first match very well. Australia got some 23 minutes before they go out onto the field to face the music from Sri Lanka. Josh Inglis will have an opportunity there to bat up the order. Just trying to see if I've given everybody the opportunity to get on with this particular. It's the same one that I gave out before, guys. Oz v Sri Lanka. Let's go. So I've got Baram around it. We've got Winnie, Baram, Dave Bramley, Richard Sadat. Let's go. We'll get Gurkha. Gill should be here. Preview here. Chris. Oh, can't they in the West? No, can't go. Sanjeev. The gig. Why can't we put on the gig? Gig's there. Yeah, all right. Let's look whether all these people can join us. We want people to join the show. So let's get some more people on the show. It's not true. I think Richards was asked before, David Brown was asked before. I'll double check with ask again. Maz Sheikh, Monty, Simon. I haven't got Alan Mullally on. Chloe. All right. So, with so many people in anticipation of this great match, but England versus New Zealand is still going along very, very nicely. High scores. Darren Mitchell, what the high scores ever? Okay, high scores for the New Zealanders in Test matches against England. Well, Mitchell's up there, but they've still got Astle, Donnelly, Watling, Conway, Congdon, Coney, Hamish Rutherford. Hamish Rutherford played for. He played got century for. He's not a bad player. Let's have a look here. What comments we got? Recovery time from minor calf strain, Norman. I'd say be in time for the tests. ODIs, he might be pushing. Warner hit 235 against yes. So the bamboozled as me. Nawaz was amazing. Yes, I agree. I mean, after Sri Lanka 2020 series. It's a big day. Tim Davis in the mix. Anyway, bedtime. Good night, Paul. Bye is waiting for you. I'm in Raza. So the reality is that Pakistan are a major force. Major force. I'd pick Rohit Sharma. Mumbai Indians record was amazing. 459. The score of New Zealand just keeps on rocking along. Only lost them 1 wicket today. They'll be very proud of themselves. Very proud of themselves. Mitchell's on 153. Bracewell's gone on 27. New Zealand, this is now into the second session. They'd want to at least play until after tea, I reckon. But be 550 and then declare and then throw England under bat. That would be my go. So where we've got now another 8 teams before the match goes on. Just to repeat the sides for this match between Australia and Sri Lanka. We do have them. If you look at my broadcast, I have them in the community notes. Australia have picked Josh English, so they have. Let's look. I keep losing that page. Let's look again. Australia have got Finch and Warner in the side. It's the same side, really. Josh English plays Mitch Marsh, Maxwell Smith, Stoinis, Wade, Agar, both Richardsons, Kane and Jai, and Josh English swept from this 12th. Then you go to the Sri Lanka sides, and I'll read them out as best I can. Gunnar Thilaka, who's open before. Nasanka's the same as Sri Lanka. They're keeping the top 3. Kushaman's at 4. Then you got Banuka Rajapaksa, Dashran Shanaka. He's also there. So Hazaranka, Karunaratna, Chamira, Sharma, and they brought Praveen Jay Wikarama inside as well. So yeah, there's quite a similarity to the side they had previously. There we go. Look at here. 9 in a row. That's. We're going back to Javed Mandad here. They can make him go. So impressive, very impressive efforts in this whole thing. Really, I'll be honest with you. So the Sri Lankan side hasn't changed ultimately as much as you may have thought. What have we got here? Nissan should declare and give 15 overs to England. I think maybe less. Rowan is a sweet time over the ball. It certainly has. Pakistan cricket. Should note this. After lost to England in T20 World Cup 21, they have not lost any T20 match. That's a pretty big call. We'll just wait and see how they go. We'll just wait and see. Nothing can be stood further from the truth. We're going to wait and see what happens. It's all about waiting and seeing. So it's 15 minutes before the game starts again. Let's look at this Foxtel game here, which is the current match between England and another four. I'm saying this was 157. He's starting to flash the balls way outside of stump. 464 for 5. My God. 464 for 5. Nothing wrong with that total. Feast your eyes on this, England. I'm a bit perplexed. Ahmed Raz's a bit perplexed and anxious for Fakhar Zaman because he isn't performing well. Sooner Abdullah Shafiq is going to play well. No loss to Pakistan if that happens. Both good players. So New Zealand are 5 for 464. Mitchell's on 157. Bracewell on 28. Well, Mitchell's going along, chugging along as if he's about to score a century, double century. 14 is for the match starts there. Very impressive now. They're bringing Potts back on. Potts is trying to do something here for New Zealand, for England. So the other match is going to come on. They're not showing the other match just yet. But in terms of so another sides there. Both teams have made one change. Praveen Jay Wikarama comes to the side to replace Nuwan Thushara. Waichanika. Yeah, okay, so okay. And obviously Mitchell Marsh goes and allows Josh Inglis to come in. We've still got another 13 minutes before that game starts. Fakhar Zaman could bat at number 4 or 5. He can be utilised as a hard hitter. Abdul Street nowadays. What's your take? I think so. Yeah, I kind of agree. Why not? Abdullah Shafiq showing his way in Test cricket, certainly. 5 for 464, New Zealand. Australia waiting to have their chance to bat. It's all happening here. Potts is going back to his mark there. 464 for 5. Mitchell century, Blundell century. Mitchell's not out actually, 157. Bracewell's on 28. No batsman's really got a failure, a true failure in the sense of the word in the New Zealand lineup. This is just going on and on forever here. It's now, we had David Graveny earlier. We went to see what is the Pakistan match against West Indies? They played 2, which Pakistan have won both quite handsomely. The third one will be due pretty soon. Adolf Hitler there and Winston Churchill on History TV June. What's your prediction on Australia versus 13? Ahmed, I can't see anything other than Australia victory, to be honest. Australia about first and score massively, and then Sri Lanka will try their best but won't get anywhere near the score. That's the bottom line. Look at this. My son got a cover for my phone. Eyes on Cricket. There we go. Magnificent. Eyes on Cricket with Norman Koshnik. There it is. There's his phone here. So the phone, sorry, is photos. There we go. New phone, eyes on Cricket. Oops. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I was going to whitewash Lanka. No one, definitely. I'd say that we'll probably the test matches. They're the ones which I've got my doubts about. 10 minutes to go before the match starts. England really are in trouble here with New Zealand rampaging in at 5 for 464 last count, which is a massive, massive total. Showing signs of Sri Lanka and the young kids there and the various statues and artifacts. Who are there in Daraz Cup showing us now on well, Australia have to bat first, so it's going to be an Australian starting point. Finch and Warner, and please tell who have been to us. So I'm not sure. The chances in Pakistan team ahead of third. I don't believe there'll be any changes. No, I think Pakistan will keep their side as per the program. Why wouldn't they? It's going to be interesting to see what happens in this match. Very, very interesting indeed. The lights are on at Palakella. Dushan and obviously Aaron Finch. Third T20 International Palakella International Cricket Stadium with the new stands, great lights, great amphitheatre up in the hills of Kandy. Obviously, the previous ground they had nearby was Asigiria. So this is the first ODI, and second will be also Palakella on June 14 and 18, which is still 3 and 7 days away. Third ODI will be back in Colombo on June 19th. Fourth ODI and fifth ODI, my God, are in Colombo 21st and 24th of June. So there's quite a few ODIs going to take place. Roshan Abhisinger, my good friend who's been on my show, is the host. I don't know who Bundesliga. I don't know what you're talking about, Melindu. Two Multan, Pakistan will bench Shaheen and Harris. The third ODI, they may if they won the series, maybe they will. Shah Nawaz Dhoni will be included. Dhani, okay, let's see. No, here's Maruf. So there's Maruf is the support commentator. I don't know whether he's necessarily a player, but I don't know. Wait and see. So we'll be able to see what's going on with the. I don't know, my new phone. I'll be able to see that. Let's have a look. If I still go ESPN. So Australia versus England, they're 472 now. Oh my God, they're really rattling along, aren't they? Has it 5 for 472? Blundell on 157. Sorry, Mitchell on 157. Michael Bracewell's now raced on the 36. He seems to be taking charge somewhat. The pitch looks like a rock there for the 5 for 472. Ridiculous totals. But good old man in the middle. Haven't we? Got Faviz Maruf, we had Roshan Abhisinger and Russell Arnold there on a very flat-looking Palakella. It'll be a batting paradise, I reckon. First idea, Alim Dar was feeling dizzy in the ground because of hotness. Banuka Rajapaksa only batting position, playing good. Okay. Pitch looks very flat to me. New Zealand, of course, 5 for 472 in their match. Daryl Mitchell, 157, not out. 9 fours and 4 sixes. 472. Game starts in less than 5 minutes. Let's see how this goes. 474 now is the score here. They're heading for 500, undoubtedly. I mean, lost 5 wickets, for God's sake. The toss has been made. We know that Australia, of course, won the toss and elected to bat. So clearly, Aaron Finch is going to bat. And they haven't made the one change, which is, of course, Mitch Marsh out, Josh Inglis in. You see less Malinga in the background. When will they come to Pakistan? I'd love to be there now. I would love to have been there now, Ahmed Rose. It'll happen one day. Really impressive. Australian lives, pretty impressive, let's be honest. Pretty impressive. Ahmed Raz, of course, you're from Pakistan, or you support Pakistan. Pakistan, along with Australia and probably India and perhaps New Zealand or England, will be the teams in the T20 World Cup finals coming up later this year. There we are. We have, who's that on the ground now? I didn't recognise that person. Finch, Warner, English in for Mitch Marsh, with Steve Smith, Maxwell, Donis, Wade, Agar, both Richardson, Jai, and Kane and Hazelwood as well. Very impressive looking Australian lineup. Sri Lanka, of course, have pretty much the same again. Jaya Wikarama's come in. So Nisanka, Gunathilaka, Azalanka, Mendes, Rajapaksa, Shanaka, Hazaranga, Chamika, Chamira, and Thikshana, and of course McGraw as well. So we have go home, go to buy 20 here. See, it's if I'm 58. Go home at Gotabai, yes. Well, that whole got a Rajapaksa caused issues, didn't he? So here we go. And Aaron Finch is out in the middle of it, helps them. Here we are. Palakella. Remember the venue very well. This is that Warner's had 91 innings, 2,645 runs, average 33 strike rate of 141, 22 50s and a century, best is 100 not out. Aaron Finch very similar, 92 innings, 2826 and runs, 35 average, 145 strike rate. Chamika Karunaratne, 26 years of age, coming in. He only had 25 matches, 11 wickets, not that many wickets. Conning rate of 7.8, which is not brilliant. He's coming on the bowl now. I don't think Sri Lanka's bowling attack will threaten Australia, I'm afraid to say. And Warner and Finch are going to both be red hot there today. Absolutely. Flags are flying wildly there, if I've noticed. Just waiting for the Darryl Mitchell's 161 not out. Michael Brace was 39. 5 for 479. It's just too good to be true. Here's the first ball here. Corinne Ratner coming into Warner. Warner's been rather circumspect with his first delivery. He's facing. Michael Brace was 40 not out. He's loving this. 5 for 480. 8 fours. There's no mucking around here with this score. So far, Warner has not scored a run off the first 2 balls. 5 for 480. Michael Brace was on 40. He's only got 7 runs and he'll be into the third spot in the order. And we have an amazing match here, Australia versus Sri Lanka, third T20 international at Palakkala in Kandy. We have an audience size which has certainly grown in the last few minutes. Of course, Go Hum Gota is the catchphrase. Here we have him coming, and here we have a ball squirted away by Warner. He moves into it's his first run in the third delivery. Warner's on 1, Finch is not out naught. Jamaica none for 1. So we have in fact got the new player on the team. Josh Inglis has come in place of Mitch Mars, and in the case of the Sri Lankan team, they have actually made one change as well. They've brought in their young, well, they're all young, but the actual bowling of Praveen Jayawikrama is a bowler who's come into play in the 11. So very interesting indeed. Wait and see what takes place here. Now, and of course, Hasaranga of great importance to the Sri Lankan side. He's bowling. There he is. There's a single by Finch down to short the mid on. Actually, not mid on. Sorry, so to the deep third man. Pathum Nisanka, good player. Danushka Thilaka is also a good player, but they haven't really performed as well as they should. Azalanka, we know, is a very good player. Coastal Mendes, great ability. And keeper. Russian Dick Wells should be the side, in my opinion. Banuka Rajapaksa gets his IPL berth and plays well. The captain does Sun Shanaka, an all-rounder, quite a talented one. Winindu Hazaranga, in fact, De Silva is his full name. There's Warner slashed away, but he went straight to the field. And they make it a single. They make a single. Yes, they are. Oops, there's a bit of feeling error there. And then Shamika Kurunarunta opened the bowling. Just Martha Chamira, also an opening bowler. And then we have Thekshana, the bowler, and Praveen Jayawikrama. So there's quite a talented side indeed. That is the Sri Lanka side. Australia have still kept the Finch-Warner opening partnership with Inglis for 1, Maxwell 4, Steve Smith, Stoinis, Matthew Webb, you can see there, Labuschagne sitting there in the background, and Cameron Marsh, Cameron Green. Another single there. In fact, no, looking for 2. No, there's only so far with a series of singles in this first over. Stoinis, Wade, Agar, Jai, and Kane Richardson and Josh Hazelwood are all evident in this side. Some great drama here.
45 at this ground, his highest T20 international score.
Very interesting.
Australia's highest T20 international score, getting 263 in that.
Be very careful of on there. So we have incredible coverage here of play to this point. Praveen Jayawikrama and Josh Inglis, as I said, a lot to be said about this match. Importance is more so in the case of the World Cup. We know that both these sides will be heavily involved, but of course Australia seen as one of the favourites, along with India, Pakistan, and either New Zealand or potentially England will be the favourites. I think Sri Lanka's got a long way to go, but this is one of the ways they can get back in that form. Just Martha Chamira is here. He's played some 50 matches for his 48 wickets. About to bowl now the second over. Oof. And Aaron Finch has played a rather gangly, untimely shot and almost snicked it and almost got bowled all in one. Quite incredible. Jamira's on, and he's bowling a beautiful line length. Very good delivery indeed. Aaron Finch clearly played a very loose shot there. Both Warner and Finch on 2. This is on Foxtel in Australia, watching this. Finch has taken the next ball and driven it beautifully through the covers, and he's going to get 4. Finch moves on to 6, the score on to 8. New Zealand, the interim, are still... New Zealand's match actually between New Zealand and England has been delayed by rain, which is unfortunate. And New Zealand are 5 for 481 in that match. So, and delayed by rain, so that's unfortunate. Probably fortunate for New Zealand. So, we've got none for... Back to this match, though, of course, we've got none for 8. Oh, and Finch plays an ungainly shot there again. Could easily have been caught. I got loyalty points from Sri Lankan Bites, a restaurant I just went to a short while ago. There you go. It's good to have numbers watching my program once again. We've got, after an hour's worth of play, we've built up quite a size. So Sri Lanka of Australia, 3rd T20 International at Palakela in Kandy, near Kandy. Well, it's basically Kandy. And I've been there and played on that ground myself and enjoyed it immensely. And I have a lot of time for that. But at the same time, England are playing New Zealand, and New Zealand is some 5 for 481. Jamira comes in the bowl. He's decent pace. He's 141 clicks, this Jamira, but the ground looks very, very even paced. Where's Roshan Dickwella is my question. Roshan Dickwella should be out there. Ayor, I say. I certainly think he should be out there. So with that particular comment, we can edit that and say Australia 1 toss and bat. Well, one toss. That's not good. Why can't I edit that properly? Oh, I'll let go. All right, so boundary, yes, how much real. Banuka is a very good power hitter, but Sri Lanka cricket not take him. He is a good batsman, good wicketkeeper. He's a good batsman, but okay, all right. I would say so, but I think Josh Dickwell is still a good bloody player too. He should be in the side, without a doubt, I think. Let's go back to that banner. Rain delay. Delay. There we are. Oh, Australia's a good start here so far. We have a pretty sizable, although it's a good feeling by the Sri Lankan fieldsmen, though, that we've got to give them that credit. Australia now 15 off 2, Warner on 2, Finch on 13 off 8 balls. He's certainly had a dashing start. And Warner on 2 after 4 balls, Finch 13 after 8. Clearly a very strong start. Let's see how we go. Mahesh Thekshana, the right arm off break. He bowled very well in the IPL yet again. He's on there. 80 matches, 14 wickets. He's got a pretty good record so far. Oh, that's certainly looped in. Very good bowling. Very impressive indeed. Eyes on cricket with Norman Kochnick. Let's see you guys who are watching. View, like, and share the post, and subscribe to Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnick. We've got many things that we show here. There we are. Finch has just hit the ball over mid-off for yet another 4. He's careering along 17 not out. Let's see you get me some subscribers, guys. View, like, and share. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button. Plenty more on through this series, especially the 5 ODIs and the 2 test matches. Another lovely shot by Finch. He hit the ball well to the offside there. Run for 19 are into the 3rd over at the moment. Hit the ball beautifully through the gap yet again. There's gaps everywhere at the moment. Finch is racing along to 21 off some 11 balls. He's just having a field day at the moment, finding the gap on several occasions. Just waited for that and played a beautiful shot through the covers. Who has said that Aaron Finch won't be in the team? Well, you're wrong, guys. Clearly, that's not the case. Oh, beautiful shot. "23" the score into the 3rd over here. It's very, very impressive. All the people up there in Candy, Palakella. Very good ground. Very good ground indeed. I like Palakella. He's got his line better there, Thikshana. Was a bit off there for a little while. England have won the toss in their match, of course, on yesterday. New Zealand have batted. Now well into their 2nd day in Nottingham and Trent Bridge. New Zealand versus England, of course. New Zealand are 5 for 481 with Daryl Mitchell. Another drive by Aaron Finch. Daryl Mitchell century. He's actually past the 150 mark, and Blundell century. And there's a rain delay there at the moment, but the score is 5 for 481. Magnificent indeed. Had comments here. Sahaj, who do you think could be the next opening pair for Australia in the ODIs once Warner and Finch retired? We've talked about this quite a bit, Sahaj. I think that Ben McDermott and certainly Josh English, who's batting at number 3, will be the 2 that will be considered first. And even, I think that is true. I think that Travis Head, no, I don't know about Travis Head, but I think that Ben McDermott and probably Josh English would be the other that I would add in. So Melindu and Sahaj, I'd like you to make sure that you subscribe to the channel, view, like, and share the posts. Hit Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnick. Please follow me and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a cent, and then also get the notification button so when the 5 ODIs come up, you can watch that as well. Oh, Warner's just hit the ball clear over the top here. Finch does look like he's in fine touch. Certainly. None for 27. Warner and Finch look like they're returning back to the first match where they clobbered Sri Lanka quite successfully. He just waited for that and led back. This pitch is a batting bonanza. Rajapaksa is a wicketkeeper and power hitter. What's your thoughts? But he'll play more and more and get more and more opportunities. He's been well liked in the IPL. They've picked him up quite readily. Like Roshan Dickwell is another one. So how many keepers does Sri Lanka produce? They've got Carlson Mendes, they've got Dickwell, a whole range of great players. So none for 27. We're into the 4th over now. Jamaica's none for 8 off. He's going to be 2nd. Oops, that beat. It was a good ball. It'll be interesting to see how this match turns out. Dave Warner is now using a DSC branded bat. Previously, he was with Spartan, and before that, he was with various, I think it's Grey Nichols. And he deserves to have a good bat. He can hit the ball, that's for sure. So he's only on 6 at the moment, 6 balls, whereas Finch has rattled away to 21. He's bowling well, Jamaica. Of course, on my birthday yesterday, guys, and some of you may or may not have seen that. hugely important. Maxwell, Agar, and the Smith are all in the waiting there. What happened to Chris Lynn? We know what happened to Chris Lynn. Warner's just throwing the ball back with his deep mid off. Who's the wonder boy who was always in IPL, well, always in short form finals, always got a Guernsey, played for South Australia. Oh my God, I've forgotten his name. It'll come to me. So yeah, I know it's still 2 years. I'd say Ben McDermott and Josh Inglis. Warner seems a little bit inhibited. He scored 6 off 9, whereas Finch is flowing on 21 off 14. There's quite a difference in the two. Great performance by Australia in these matches so far. Sri Lanka's trying very, very hard to curtail this batting performance. Shamika coming in. Look at this Facebook. It's been a good over from Shamika, actually. He's been able to curb what's happening in this match. Yeah, still Rain's delaying that the other match that we're talking about. Let's look what's going on Facebook there. What has Shapali got here? Waiting for this match to get some real momentum. I think it will. Steve got a major announcement. No. Got to get this up and running, guys. It's quite an impressive viewpoint, certainly this match. A lot to be suggested here. A lot to be suggested. Lots suggested. Sri Lankan cricket normally show this live, actually, don't they? That's the thing. It's a very big occasion. The game in Palakkala. I must say, it's great to have Palakkala hosting this match. Very impressed with that indeed. Let's see how Sri Lanka can keep going here. Another ball's just beaten the bat there, and none for 31 off 4.1 overs. And look, Aaron Finch is on fire. Aaron Finch is on absolute fire here. Whereas Warner's a bit more circumspect with his batting, but Aaron Finch is on fire. Jamira, his Finch is on 26 now of 16. Warner's 6 off 10. It's extremely slow for Warner, to say the least. 1 for 32 into the 5th over. Run rate's not overwhelming. Hasn't kind of so good. Okay. After the Hassan Jali Gunaseka after the Pisu. Ayo. Looks like Warner's hit himself at 4. They get himself back in a bit of form. None for 36. Warner's on 10. Finch on 26. These two are going great guns at the moment. Let's see how it's going. These two are great guns, actually. Here we go. DSC bat of Dave Warner. None for 36 into the fifth over. Dushanth Chamira here. Good bowler, very good bowler. Well into the 140k zone. Good angle to Warner, bringing a ball coming back into him. Very good angle. Here we are. Eyes on Cricket with Norman Koshnak. View, like, and share the post. Subscribe and bring the viewers up. That would be much appreciated. Would be love to have that done. Would love that if you could do that, guys. Still caught by rain. A slab of rain there. Eyes on Cricket. Let's have a look. Comes up. There we have it. Interesting. There we have it. Should be live. Should be live. Beautiful women of Sri Lanka, as we know. I thought 160. Kieda. I thought it will be enough. I think so too. As he is talented wicket keeper. Yeah, we know that. Well, I agree with you. Warner 12, Finch 27, none for 40 after 5. Kieda. Quite an impressive day here overall. None for 40 after some 5 overs. Big half an hour. Big half an hour. We should see, realistically, 5 more overs of this, we should see 200 on the total. Warner's rather circumspect here. No helmet for Warner. But Hooker Raja Pucks will definitely play more often and high levels. Don't worry. On for 41 into the 6 out. Josh English is next. He's replaced Mitchell Mars. This is racing on the 29 here. Racing on the 29 runs. Very much racing. Incredible to see this great spectacle of Palakeller and Candy. Love Candy. Love Candy a great deal. Oops. Oh, there's Finch has gone. Thekshana's taken the wicket. He's got the wicket of Aaron Finch. Rather, well, less than they would like. 1 for 43. The first wicket for Aaron Finch has gone for what I think was 29. Yeah, it's not spun back. It's gone straight. And Heesh is very happy. Let's see how we go. Maxwell's gone in earlier than expected. Josh Ingles was supposed to be at first drop, but Maxwell's actually gone in. Maxwell's gone in at first drop. This will be interesting. After in the 6th over, and Maxwell was open the batting last time. Got 160. If I remember correctly. He loves this ground. Maxwell looks very focused. Let's see how he goes. Go home, Gorta. I kind of agree. Maxwell, 79 innings, 2001 runs, average 30, throw to 153, 953 century, best of 145. Certainly a game breaker. Only 33 years of age. I would have thought he was old, but he's not. Let's go. Let's have this. Let's have a Maxwell show with his Kookaburra bat. Ball that went straight through. Someone blocking the way there. Glenn Maxwell, great form. Oh, Maxwell has not wasted any time. He's immediately hit a 6. Picked it up beautifully. Brilliant performance from Maxwell. Absolutely devastating when he's in this form. He loves this pitch, we know that. Power play is over? Or was it on? Okay. Or was it from the start that was showing? It didn't matter too much in the end. Great score still. One's got hold of that. Only got a single. Maxwell's only faced 2 balls. He's already on 6. Picked it up beautifully. Yeah, I think Montreal, I think you're right that Maxwell's going to score big runs today. I think you're right. His intent is very obvious, very, very obvious. Let's see how he goes. Dustin Sanaka, the captain, played 68 matches, only taken 18 wickets. So he's not a prolific wicket taker, but he has taken wickets. Oops. Oh, we've got it. Are we on the play, are we? Oh, no, it certainly died there on us. Oh, hello, we've got some problems there with a bit of a black. It may well be a Sri Lankan blackout. We've got a problem there with the broadcast, unfortunately. So, Eyes on Cricket is the channel. Eyes on Cricket. Okay. To see the score is by way of other means. Glenn Maxwell's on 55. It's still much. It's been delayed by rain still there. It's unfortunate. Darren Maxwell's a 162 and Michael Bracewell, first innings of 40. Incredible. Apologies, I'm not able to show this show. It's terrible. But Australia 155 into their 7th over. Warner on 18 off 19 balls and Glenn Maxwell 7 off 3. Warner's in another forwards. 1 for 59. He's on 22. Glenn Maxwell on 7. So after 7 overs in 159, so 7 sevens of 49. Not quite 10 and over, but they're 8 and over. Not 9, they're 8 and over. 8.5 on over, let's say. Certainly a long way from comfortable, but doing quite well at the moment. Maxwell's now facing, he'll be facing probably Thickshana, I'm not sure. I think it's Thickshana. Good numbers watching the channel, I must say. We'll see how long. 4th. Finch is out. Yes, we know that. Melinda Thrush all that. But we've got 159 score on Australia. Glenn Maxwell 7 not out. And Dave Warner's on 22 with Finch out for 29. Josh Henrys has dropped down the order. He was meant to come in next. But Maxwell's gone up the order, 1 for 65, I can see. And that happened. Maxwell's hit another 6. He's on 13 off 4 balls. He's in some sort of mood here. Maxwell certainly is back. 13 off 4 balls. Strike rate of 325. Nothing to be sneezed at, I'll tell you what. Nothing to be sneezed at. Up in there. Let's just see what we've got. Let's see what's going on here. Super Saturday is on there. Showing replays all over the place here. This match is actually now unable to set the program. There's been delays all over the place. We do know that the batting still is 1 for 66. Dave Warner's on 22, but Glenn Maxwell's not making around 14 off 6. Fast approaching, well, not quite 10 and over, but certainly 8 and over. They get 8 8s. 8 8s to 64, so they've gone more than 8 and over here. To wait to see how far we go with this. 1 for 66 off into the 8th over, are Australia. With Warner and Maxwell, and Bat Warner 22 off 21 deliveries. Maxwell 14 off 6. And of course, when Indu Hazarangas came on to bowl his first over, and the Surfel gone for only 7 runs, which pretty reasonable of a man. Did you remember today Maxi made 145 against wrong? Yes, I did. That's probably why he was put in the first drop, actually. I imagine that's the very reason why he's in there, to do that very thing. 1 for 68, so Warner's just got 2. 24-23, Maxwell 14 off 6. Hazaranka's first over went for 9. 1 for 68 after 8. That's basically 8.5 and over. 72 would have been 9. Bit of a program disaster. This is what Foxtel's showing people. We are unable to present the scheduled program on this channel. Let's hope it's nothing to do with the power outages. The lights are not out there. Oh, we've certainly got a problem there. The game is still going on as we speak. With 1 for 68 after 8 overs. Glenn Maxwell 14 not out off 6 balls and with 2 massive 6s. Of course, Warner's 24-23. So we're into the 9th over now, and we have Praveen Jayawikrama, the slow left arm. He's bowling. He's 1 for 69. The score is 1 for 69. He's bowling first delivery. He's bowling it to Warner, it looks like. These two could go crazy here. Let's see how they go. Maxwell 15 off 7. Warner 28 off 24. So a single and a 4 off this over so far. Single from Maxwell and a 4 off Warner. Into the 9th over. So really are struggling to see this match. So 1 for 73 into the 9th over here with Praveen Jayawikrama bowling. He's bowled 3 balls and he's taken some runs have been taken off him. Warner's now on 30. Scores 1 for 75. So 1-4-2 off the over so far. Warner's taken 4-2. Where Maxwell giving Warner the strike, effectively. So far 7 off the over, 1 for 75. Let's just see how this pans out. Imagine Marsh, actual Marsh David plays. That'll be interesting. It'll be a pretty heavy hand on the Australian side, won't it? It'll be very heavily branded to one side. Let's see how we go. So Warner's gone on to 34 of 26. He's hit 6-4 so far, 1 for 79 off 8.5. There's been 1-4-2-4. So he's taken 10 off the last 3 balls, has Warner. Praveen Jayawikarama seems to be his type of cannon fodder. Another further 2. So it's 12. So Warner's moved on to 36. And we've got 81 as a total off what will be 9 overs with once this delivery has passed. So 9 nines are 81, aren't they? 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. 81. There's 9 nines is 81. So they've got 9. Everything going at 9 and over now. There's a single there from Warner. So just over 9 and over. Off the 9 overs. Pretty impressive. Certainly is. So Australia are 1 for 82 of some 9 overs. So they're hitting at 9 plus and over. Warner on 37 of 28 deliveries, 6 fours. And Glenn Maxwell, 15 runs off 7 balls. So he hit 2 sixes in that total. And now we have Praveen bowled there last week, got 14 whacked off him. And I think Wanindu Hazaranga, as we know, he is going to be second over now. He's 9 was taken off his first over. So we'll see how he handles these next over, which will be the 10th over of the match. Halfway point of the innings. And there's a single already off the first ball. Warner's looks like he's taken a single off the first ball. Or at least Maxwell. Is it Maxwell or was it Warner? Would have been. No, it was Maxwell. So, no. Warner took a single off the last ball. It was the 38. Maxwell, I guess his chance against Hazaranga. So let's see how we go. This is a pretty pivotal stage. New Zealand, Sri Lanka's best bowler and Australia's arguably best batsman. And looks like Maxwell's hit another single, giving Warner the strike back. See how they go. Very unfortunate to be able to have a visual of this match, you'd have to say. We'll see that pick up again. It's gone up to 11 all of a sudden. All right, let's see. With 84, we've had a single and 2 dot balls off Hazaranga's over now. Putting the squeeze a bit on Warner there. Another dot ball off Hazaranga. He's bringing them back somewhat to the field here. Let's hope. There's a single there to Warner. I think it was to Warner. 85 is the score. Maxwell's back on strike. There's only 3 hit off this over so far. So a good return there. gone well on the 9 again. Let's say the 6 off the last ball. One for 85, Australia the 9.5. So basically a run rate of around 8.5 plus is what they are currently on. Oh, and that's a wicket there. We have to set a wicket, then Glenn Maxwell fall to Hazaranga. The score after 10 overs is in fact 2 for 85. Maxwell has been dismissed. He holds out to long on. Glenn Maxwell caught Charleka bowled Hazaranga for 16, so he's tried to clobber him past mid on, and he has long on at least and has not succeeded. Guna Talaka hangs on just, but he hangs on. That's the most important thing. So 2 for 85 off 10. Short-lived from Maxwell. Unfortunately, short-lived. How's the internet working in Australia? It's working okay, but not the broadcasters, not the Foxtel broadcasters not working well. Do you know, and I use IPTV. What's IPTV? I don't know what IPTV is. I use Foxtel to watch this, actually. IPTV was, you can also ICC TV as well. 10 overs are gone. 2 for 85 to batting. Strike rate, or the run rate is 8.5, which is 170 total, with Warner still there on 39 not out of 32 balls, but they've just lost Maxwell for 16 and obviously lost Aaron Finch for some 29. So they're going to see a new batter come to the crease. We'll see who that is very shortly. Yet to tell us who that is. What's your thoughts, guys? Australia look pretty much home and hosed, even though they're only 10 overs in. The 2 for 85. If they get 170, Sri Lanka won't get that. I'd be surprised if they get anywhere near that. Haven't been lucky to get 130 for their innings so far. They won't suddenly score 180 or plus, or 170 plus. Again, Australia 2 for 85 after some 10 overs. Warner's still not out there. Still not showing who the new batsman is. It's interesting. Who would have thought they'd have that up by now? How come it's not coming? Well, that's a good point. I would have put him in. They don't seem to be telling us who's coming next, which is a bit frustrating. Let's get together. I want us. SOS. This was because we haven't got a 3 for 85. My God, we lost another wicket. So after the over where Maxwell got out, the first ball, the next over, Tekshana to Warner, wrapped on the pads, and Sri Lanka have reviewed. This goes on with Tekshana arm, and it strikes Warner on the back of the pad. This looks close. Warner out LBW Tekshana for 39. They've lost 2 batsmen. Steve Smith in there as well. 3 for 85. Of the 10.1, there's a certain change of wind come over the team. Steve Smith is already in there for 1 ball. This is terrible. Literally, on a hat trick between 2 bowlers. Alexander's taking 2 now, with Hazaranga taking the 1. So Steve Smith's partner will probably be Josh English, I'm assuming. This is quite explosive here. They're not getting any television coverage whatsoever of the match. As you can see, we were unable to present the scheduled program due to what? We don't know. Oh my God, that can't be 4. That can't be 4. Are they 4 now? Oh my God, it's 3 and 3 balls. This is horrific. Josh English has gone in first ball and got out first ball. We've had the previous over, we've had Maxwell out to Hazaranga. Then the first ball in the over, Warner went to Thekchana out LBW. And now English out. First ball, run out by Lanka without scoring a run. So that's 3 and 3 balls. Australia are a mess. They're 4 for 85. After being 1 for 85, they lost 3. 2 on the last over and 2 on the first and the 10th over, 11th over. My God, this is awful. Bit of a collapse here. On IP, device. Okay, very good. Absolute chaos it is. Oh my God. Oh my God. 3 and 3. God, Steve Smith wouldn't know what's hit him. He's lost his partner, Maxwell, then Warner, then Inglis. So now we've got what? Who have we got coming in now? Stoinis, I'm assuming. If we can see the score. Yeah, Marcus Stoinis must be all Matthew Wade. I'm assuming Stoinis is in. What a spin web is working for Sri Lanka. Certainly is, Ahmed. Right? It's quite a disaster here. This is quite an unexpected turnaround of events. Even Warner's gone. So really, Steve Smith now with Stoinis. Still got lots of overs left. Well, it's a good 9 odd overs. 4 for 6 and 10.3. Steve Smith gets to face his first ball. Disaster. Absolute disaster. 4 for 86 here. Wow. What's going to happen here? We're going to see more wickets forward. Wicket of the last ball, the last over of the 10th, last ball of the 10th. Into the 11th, we've got wicket, and a single. Wicket, single now. Both Stoinis and Smith are off the mark. 4 for 87 into the 11th over. So they're sliding very quickly back down to 8 and over, which is quite a change. $88. So 3 singles, I think it is. Off the over. 3 singles. I'm pretty sure it's 3 singles. 4 for 88. 8 runs and over now. Do you consider Pakistan an anomalous team? Absolutely. I think they're a huge threat to the World Cup. Australia, Pakistan, India, and one other. New Zealand or England, I think. But who knows who else will join those 3. There certainly is a bit of a wobble here. A bit of a wobble indeed. 4 for 88 off 11. Hazaranga and Hazaranga has got 1 more over left, and Thekchana's got 1 more over left, and Hazan 2. So I'll bring him up to 14. I still have to bowl 6 balls, 6 overs. But if they get a few more wickets, it'll make it very interesting. Going back to New Zealand, they're still 5 for 481 with rain in front of play, with Mitchell on 162, I think it is, and Young Bracewell 40 not out. Not a bad performance indeed. Let's have a look here. 4 for 88. There we have it. Is there any return back here? Well, actually, so they've gone 5 for 41. It's actually T now. So there we go. It's gone to T. They've taken T. There we go. T, 8 to 10, 10.40. 12.40. We're taking T a bit early. Slot and spinners are dangerous. They certainly are. No one's denying that. Let's look at the score here. 4 for 90 now after 11.2 overs. 2 singles off this over so far, with Stoinis on 3 and Smith on 2. Going very pedestrian-like so far in their performances. Afghanistan is a dark horse. They might jolt big teams. They have gotten world-class. Well, Russian can't, of course. Let's go. 2 singles and a 2. 2 to Stoinis. 4 for 92 off. Well, it's almost 12 overs gone. Not the best of Australian performances. A good start. Look, if they get 150, they're still going to win this match, you would think. Whose falls is that, Smith or English? English, I think. Two singles, a 2, then a single and a dot ball. Season only scoring 6 so far off the over, which is not, huge numbers. $12 overs gone here. Australia 4 for 93. After 4 for 93. More cricket going on in England, actually. Still not showing the play there. So 12 overs have gone. Still 8 overs to go in Australia. We've got some sort of commanding. Westerners are notoriously unpredictable. They could be the strong. Yeah, that's true. Certainly, there's no reason, rather than West Indies can't come out with the goods, but they're unlikely. But they could. The 24 minutes unpredictable. We said that last time. Didn't happen. I still think Pakistan, Australia, India are the 3 big threats. New Zealand, England, depending on whether they get their act together, could be the other. That's my thoughts. That's my suggestion of this whole situation. All right. I'll be able to see exactly what's going on here. Let's have a look here. Absolutely unpredictable. Absolutely unpredictable. Who knows what's really going on? It's just such a debacle conditions-wise. Let's have a look here. Very close there. And the analysis is important on this whole thing too. Oh, here we go. 3,000. Certainly an interesting breakdown. Pressure on Smith will be succumb. I think so. I think he's not happy with what his situation is either. Really have to watch this. Live shows can be quite interesting the way they develop. Sri Lanka have certainly pegged back a very good start by Australia, but they've taken through with us very quickly. There we go. Interesting. Well over 1,600 there, almost 2,500. They go close to 840 there. Last 60 minutes, 2,500. Oh, big numbers here, guys. Quite incredible. Wise. You've got to make these things happen. You've got to get these things to happen. They don't get to happen, then you don't really know what's going on, do you? It's quite a messy situation at the moment. When will Maxi? When it most counts, Sebastian, that's what I reckon. When it most counts. $403. Strongest instead of 4. 15 off 10. You got, and the 13 overs are gone. 403. That was 224. So 8-10 off an over. Zaranga has bowled 3 overs now. Praveen comes back on. Look here. Shorts. Videos. You need to get these numbers up. .1 is pretty good. All right, let's get some results here. 404. 13.1 overs. Jonathan 15 off 10. Smith 4 off 7. Realistically, the run rate, what's the current run rate is 7.89, so it has dropped off. So the direct hit is right back. What a bowler he is. When will it's direct hit? I haven't seen it for a while. Again, view, like, and share the post. Subscribe. We want to get to at least 29.2 after this episode. Will be another wicket fallen either way. That things are a bit slow between deliveries. You just don't know, do you? Just don't know. 180 is a safe score, I reckon. 180. Well, they got to get there first. Yeah, the director. You're right. It's still a very big concern. Australia, if you ball spin in Australia, even though it's not perfect spin conditions, you can get something happening. I'll tell you now. Wicket looks slow. Hopefully, there's maybe good one. No, I think more than that, to be sure. Even though this is Sri Lanka's home ground. Three, 5. 8 off that over. 6 overs left. Stoinis is on 19 or 13. He's looking good. Smith, you would argue, is a bit boringly steady. Still not showing. The England-New Zealand test has gone back on. 1 for 5. Mitchell's on 160. Root's come on the bowl. They're getting desperate. 160 is chase, what do you reckon, with Drew and yeah, I don't know. I'd like to think it's not enough. New Zealand are 5 for 42. Come back after their break. Can Nelson, oh no, could, yes. Could, the old Nelson, you're right, Subash. But New Zealand has to involve England, doesn't it? New Zealand, Nelson's been breached, okay. Very, very loose situation here, really. Daryl Mitchell, by the way, on 162 and all that. Approach 141. Should New Zealand declare? Go back to that match. Yeah, over 500. They should declare. They'll be declaring in the next hour, I reckon. Next hour, I reckon. Slow on the moving clock. Joe Root, this is a day that he will need to get double 100 to get their team back. And the 15 over, Australia were 4 for 114. Certainly have changed the situation. Cunro is 7.7. It still means they're going to get around the 150 mark, 60 mark perhaps. Three singles so far in the over. Not overwhelming here from Australia in their match. Prediction is Australia will score 155. Well, they've got 5 overs to do that. They've got 4 singles. They've hit off the first 4 balls of this over of Chamira's. New Zealand are 4 for 5, 5 for 4, 82. The third session of the day. Be a slightly longer session. Stoinis is on 21. The score, he's hit 4 singles and an LB wide, I should say. That's not perfect. Not what they want. And a dot ball. Still 1 ball left in the over with 116 to score 4. And the stroke rate is 7.8. Can't run rate, I should say. Anderson's bowling very wide. They're all bowling very wide. I want to see Smith bat all day, every day. Well, let's not hope too much. He's got Scored 9 off 11. He has batted very slowly, let's put it that way. They've got, after the 15 overs, the score is 117, which is 7.8 an over. So they really need to get they're still, they're not really at a target spot yet. Westfall's not letting those loose balls go. He wants to have a go now. As the other match is really sort of shrivelled up with runs. Stoinis is 20 off 17. He's putting a good effort. But Smith is at 9 off 11. Still 5 overs to go there. Five for 482. You think anything over 5 overs? It's just too much for England. Seriously. Stoinis is the key for Australia. Yeah, I think you're right. They've got to change the gear in the last 4 overs, I'll tell you. 5 overs, they've got to really change the gears. Europe's 6 by Stoinis. So he's got himself. He's the first ball that over. Yes, you're right, direct hit. Stoinis is the one that's pursuing the score now. Off this Joe Wikarama. $28 off 18 for Stoinis. Smith 9 off 11. Into the 16th over now. Still 4 overs left after this. Oh, good line. This is where LSG should have used Stoinis, giving him less balls. Yeah, a 4 by Stoinis. Look, he's pretty good. He's pretty good value. He's now on 32. 6 and a 4 off this over already from Joe Wikarama. Maxwell didn't quite go on with it, did he? He didn't quite move into that stratosphere. All right. Another 4 by Stoinis. He's on fire all of a sudden. A 6-4-4. Score 131. Now we're starting to see acceleration again. Dropped. There we have it. Another 2. 4-133. Very expensive over 16 runs off this over. Certainly blown out their run rate to 8, almost 8.5 again. 6 wicket partnership there in the England-New Zealand game. Mitchell and Bracewell 77 after a double century stand already. Tough chance. Stirs it long on the air. Well, 4 for 133 into the 16th over here. Maxwell's also a 4, not quite a 4, it was a 2. It's an out review dismissal. Looks out, you reckon? Aussie 150 all out, you reckon? Why 150 all out? They've still got 5 wickets left. Not out. Stoinis stays. There you go. Bracewell's just at a 4. He's 45 now and scores 5 for 487. Bracewell must be very happy with himself. First test match, he's 45 not out. His partner's on 163. Yes. Saying it was a dot ball when it was a not out and there's a wicket. Stoinis is out. Stump Mendes bowled Chavikarama after the fourth ball. He's gone there. So 5 for 133. Matthew Wade's coming in. With 4 overs left. Both sides are going for it. Dancing down the track, no way near the ball. Praveen pulls his length back. One shot too many from the edge. Honestly, he had the right intention, though. There's only 4 overs left. Yeah, it's a bit of a frustration, to say the least. Let's go to banners. We're looking at the score here. Edit. 5 for 488. .2. Got a dot ball and a single. Smith is on 10 off 13. Wade's in. They're into the bowls after this. Stoinis is here. And not this. Well. .1 of this over from Thekshana, his last over. 5 for 134. So really, the current run rate is about 8.12, which is not a winning total, I don't think, but some people may say it is. We'll see. Thekshana's a good player. He's a very good player, a good bowler. He picked up by the IPL for no slouch, that's for sure. Plays off the mark. Five for 489. Mitchell not at 164, not at for 106. Bracewell not at 46. $131 overs have gone for 5 for 489. And in the case here, there's only 4 singles that come off after the first dot ball. Slow going, to say the least. In the last ball, the 17th over. And then we've got 3 overs left. $137. Yeah, that's right. All singles so far. I'm saying the same thing as you are, direct hit. Mitchell's not at 164. He's batting so well. Bracewell 46. This is a fine effort from New Zealand. So after 17 overs, the score's 5 for 138. Another single there, 5 singles off the over. Only some 18 balls left. So they're 150. The current run rate is 8.11. I've gone out 2 hours and 20 minutes, guys. I think I might have to give myself a break after this innings. 3 overs left, and we'll call it quits, huh? Because I don't think New Zealand, I don't think Sri Lanka's anywhere near the total, let's be honest with you. 130 is their highest total so far. I can't imagine them pulling out much more than that, even though the wicket's a bit more batter friendly. Latham and Southey are both having a bit of a look there. Southey can't be very far away from batting. Two off the first ball of the over, which is now Hasaringa's last over. Still 2 overs left after this. Points none for 11 after a dream debut at Lord's. It's a great level of Potts is none for 111. Correct. Yeah, you're right, direct. Yep. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. But look at Mitchell. 108, now he's 164. There's no inconsistencies there. 141 off 17.2. Realistically, this is, thankfully, for Australia's sake, they got a good start. No, Sri Lanka's not a contender for the World Cup. I'm sorry, let's not get carried away. A long way from there, and they haven't got enough time to fix it. Five 141. There, drop ball there, so there's still 15 balls left. Wade should think of Shaheen Afridi running. He's not running, and that's the problem. There's only 14 deliveries left in the innings. Steve Smith 15 or 17, very steady, but not anything to get too excited about. 491 we've got here. Mitchell 166. What a crunching effort that is. $491. That's after 132 overs. It's a pretty good performance. Trying his level best to get this sorted. Okay, let's have a look through. After 18 overs of 149, was a 6 there hit by Steve Smith. There you go. Smith has done something. 18 overs, 149. Strike rate or current run rate is 8.27. So they've got 2 overs left. Smith's on 22. Wade's on 3. Hasaranka's bowled. He's 4 overs, 1 for 33. Got 2 overs left. I'm guessing Chimera might be one of them. Is Chimera? Well, let's have a look. Karuna Rat has only bowled 2. So that's bowled 1. So Chimera's got one of the 2. There's going to need to be either Dasun or Chamika to bowl the last overs. At 5 for 149, around 8.27. 2 overs left. And I'm going to cut the no disrespect to Jimmy, but sorry to say he's a cloudless. Baseball's just what he's worth. Certainly is. He's on 47. Jameson's Aizen is still playing. Yeah, well, Cloudless is, okay. He's still a good bowler. Can't take it away from him. Really can't. 11 deliveries left. There we go. What's this about Asian president, mate? Now, let's not get too carried away here, guys. Two dot balls there from the Nova from Karuna Ratner. He's gone for none for eight. I don't know why he didn't bowl fourth over. He's only got one over left. So Karuna Ratner's got none for eight, but only bowled 3 overs. It's a travesty. Bracewell's 47. Oh, yeah. Well done. New Zealand are 5 for 493. I've got to change the score now. $150 the score here for Australia. 2 dots and a single. Nine deliveries left there. Try to 8.10. Okay. Well, it's 5 for 493. Massive partnership, 169 to 405. That's 236. And this is another 88. Let's have a finish here, guys. Let's have a decent finish. There was a 4 there for one wide, and then a 4. Okay, so Matthew Wade to the 4. 155, 5. Still 8 deliveries left. 8.3 over. It's pretty. It's going to be pretty hard to beat this. Single there says 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 off the over so far. 3, 5, 1 ball left. Mitchell's playing splendidly well. He is 167. You've got to give them that. It's 167 magnificent runs. I think a lot of balls go. It's quite impressive. Okay, let's get this 1 over left, guys. Then I'm going to call it quits here. 1 over left. 4 for the last ball. That was one by Smith. So it's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 off the over in the end. 19 overs gone. 8.42 the run rate. 160 is already the score. So they've got 1 over to go. And we'll call it quits. A bit of swing there. Cut. 493 still. Very frustrating. Well, Smith's 27 or 23 has been relatively sound. The last over to come up now is Chimera. He's bowled 1 delivery and he's gone for 4. Waiting for 4. His first delivery. The way he wants to start. Yeah, Smith is playing decently. He's not trying to wiggle out. I would agree with that. as is Mitchell. Darryl Mitchell, 167, not out. Bracewell, 47. Previous partner, 106. Excellent. 5 deliveries left in the Australia-Sri Lanka first innings of Australia. Oh, why didn't he clip that? He could have clipped that. Australia scores 164. That's pretty reasonable. A single there to Wade. He moves to 13. 165 with 4 deliveries left. You would think 170. 180 is actually 9. Grace will come on. We're on for 2 hours, 30 minutes here. Come on, finish this off, Australia. Come on. That was a dot ball there. New Zealand got 500 yet. Most of another single. He's moved to 48. That was wide. Yep. What are we now? It was a wide, actually. That wasn't a dot. Okay, it's 4 balls wide. And 66. 3 balls still left. Let's have it. Come on. 3 balls. Oh, and the 4's been hit there by Smith. Who's the 31. Score 170. So they're 8.5 and over here. 2 balls left. So far there's 8, 9, 10 off the over here of Chamira. Let's hope that we get. Let's just hope we get. Let's just hope. Two balls, that's 170 are Australia. 8.5 a run ball. 8.5 runs and over. 4, 8, 9. And there's a 6 by Steve Smith. Impressive. He's finishing up very well. 37 off 26. 10. 16 off the last over. Yep. Sebastius. Good finish here by Smith. 10, 14, 15, 16 off the last over with a ball to go. 176 the total. Brace was getting singles there. It was a dot ball for the last ball. So Australia finished on 176, which is 8.8. So Australia is 176. All right, guys. So Australia's 176 after the 20 overs. New Zealand are now appear to be 496 for 5. They're about to score 500. With Mitchell on 168 and Bracewell on 49. Very impressive indeed. But I'm going to call it quits, guys. View, like, and share my posts. Subscribe to Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnick YouTube channel. Plenty of other Instagram and the like with the Norm Koch. And last comment there is defendable. You think so? I think it is too. All right, guys. Take care. Enjoy the night.